In the twilight of his fame, when the stage lights dimmed and the world began to fade, Elvis Presley found one last flame, Ginger Alden. She wasn't just his fiancée. She was his final comfort, the one who held his dreams, his laughter, and ultimately his last goodbye. In this story, we explore Elvis Presley's final love, his whirlwind romance with Ginger Alden. From their first meeting to the heartbreaking morning of August 16, 1977, this is not just a love story, it's the tale of a man searching for peace and the woman who tried to give it to him. It was late 1976 when Elvis Presley first met Ginger Alden, a 20-year-old beauty queen from Memphis. She was young, graceful, and radiant, a spark of life in the midst of Elvis's growing exhaustion. The king of rock and roll had known fame, fortune, and heartbreak, but something about Ginger felt different. She reminded him of innocence, of the simple happiness he'd lost somewhere between Hollywood lights and Vegas shows. Their romance moved quickly. Elvis invited Ginger to Graceland, and soon she became a familiar presence in the mansion's quiet halls. Friends recalled how he would light up when she entered the room. For the first time in years, Elvis was smiling again. Just months later, in January 1977, he proposed, presenting her with a stunning diamond ring worth over $70,000. To him, it wasn't just jewelry, it was a promise of a new beginning. That final summer was tender, yet bittersweet. Graceland became their little world. Elvis would often stay up late, seated at his piano, singing gospel songs while Ginger listened quietly nearby. He'd talk about the future, a wedding, new music, maybe even a return to acting. For a man haunted by fame, she offered calm in the storm. But beneath those dreams, Elvis was struggling. The pressures of touring, the toll of his health, and the isolation of fame were catching up. Ginger saw both sides of him, the charming performer who made her laugh, and the weary soul-fighting inner battles. Still, she stood by him, believing in his strength. Then came that fateful morning, August 16, 1977. The world would soon wake to headlines that shook generations, but for Ginger, the pain was far more personal. She was the one who found him unresponsive in his bathroom at Graceland. In an instant, her world collapsed. The laughter, the late-night piano sessions, the dreams of tomorrow, all gone. In the years that followed, Ginger spoke little of their time together, protecting the private moments they shared. She described him not as the superstar the world adored, but as a man, sensitive, generous, and deeply yearning for love. He cared so much, she once said, and he wanted to be loved in return. Their love story remains a haunting chapter in music history, a brief flicker of light before darkness fell. For Elvis, Ginger was hope, the final reminder that even legends long for something real. Elvis Presley's life ended at Graceland, but his last love story lives on in the quiet rooms, the melodies, and the woman who stood beside him when the curtain fell. In the end, it wasn't fame or fortune, it was love that he reached for one last time.